Um, Firstly, I just want to say what this presentation is not going to be about. It's not going to be about branding Britain or Cool Britannia. It's not even going to be about the creative industries, although I have to say we're fantastically successful at that as a nation. The creative industries constitute something like 6 to 8% of our GDP, which is the highest anywhere in the world. It also employs over 1 million people. So it's critically important, but in my view, the term creative industries can actually get in the way of something I think is fundamentally important to this subject here. A few years ago, there was a discussion about having branding on the agenda at a CBI conference, which was fantastic. But immediately went into discussions about, well, maybe you could sort of tie that up with sort of CSR, or maybe you could do that in conjunction with the Design Council, which was absolutely terrific. Except, of course, that actually what they meant was this is really going to be a bit about, logos and advertising and so on, not really about serious business. So what I want to argue is that branding doesn't belong just in the creative industry sector. It belongs in the business sector. So, just as long as branding, etc., is seen as a sort of happy add-on, or otherwise you need a big budget and also a marketing department, it's not going to happen in the way that we might. Now, I know that I'm preaching to the converted here, very much so. But, again, if we're going to make sure all of our businesses in this country are as successful in the future as they might be, we've absolutely got to get over this thing that if we don't have successful businesses, and that means successful brands, we're not going to have the money to pay for civil society, and that's just about it. It is the most important and sustainable asset any of us have got. And what's interesting there is that sometimes people still say to me, oh yes, brands are important, but our most important assets are our people. And I go, organised to do what?